Hey mamas, welcome to our abundance mindset training. Before we get started, please let me know that you can hear me, that you're with me. I'm going to pull up my group here so I can check in with comments from my phone. Make sure everything is up and running before we get started. Okay, so just let me know that you can hear me. Pop in the comments there and say that you can hear me, #live. If you are arriving for this live training today, this is going to be an amazing training to really nourish you and teach you how to cultivate an abundant mindset. If you're catching this on the replay, #replay. I'm gonna check the comments really quick, see if you guys can hear me. Okay, I think I can hear myself. Let me know where you are at, where you are from in the world. I know we have a beautiful, big international community here. So when you arrive, let us know where you are from. Say hello. And I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to pop on. I started a little bit early today. My 3-year-old son has been shifting his schedule for what he needs with our nap time routine. So I've been adjusting just this week. And yeah, he needs an earlier nap now. So I had to shift our live a little bit earlier so I can be with him when he wakes up. As you guys probably understand, being moms yourself. And I'm going to pull up my notes so I make sure I hit all the beautiful topics I want to share with you today, and we're going to get started. Awesome. You guys are starting to show up. Good. Thank you. Okay, so how to cultivate an abundant mindset and what do you do to sustain that mindset? Because having an abundant mindset is everything when it comes to actually tangibly manifesting abundance in your life. It is not something where we just think it and boom, it pops up. It's all about the energetics involved in your mindset, your feelings, and your actions, and bringing these things into alignment. So today I am sharing with you how to get to that point, what you need to do to really step into an abundant mindset. And then it's up to you from that point to do the work and be persistent and nourish your abundant mindset. What I am here to do is teach you how to show up for yourself, and then it's up to you to hold yourself accountable and really stay in the vibration of committing to yourself and doing the work needed to maintain that abundant mindset. So in our group, I was asking in our private chat for this event, I was asking, like, what does abundance mean to you? What are the things that you want to manifest at this time in your life? What are your goals? And that all of your answers were so beautiful. But I want to take a moment here and I want to give you the opportunity right now. Put in the comments what abundance means to you. How do you currently define abundance? What would that look like? How would this translate into your dream life? I'm going to give you guys a moment to drop that in. This is like numero uno, step one. The biggest part is first identifying what does abundance mean for you. And while you process this and drop this in the comments, I'm going to just share with you what abundance actually is, just in a general perspective. But I want you guys to be putting in the comments what it means for you on a personal level. So abundance in its most general term is an overflow of something. It's having an ever-flowing and overflowing supply of a thing or a feeling, whatever it is. So having and receiving in the biggest of ways, it's abundant, right? It's an overflow is always having more than enough, and ever flowing means that it's constantly coming in that more than enough way. So that is like just the general term for abundance. When I'm showing up and saying, hey, we're going to do an abundance mindset workshop, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm going to check in the comments here, see what you guys are saying for what abundance means to you. So I saw somebody said love. Someone said that they want to manifest, they want to manifest a child. They want to manifest a stronger relationship. Someone said that they want to manifest financial stability and security. And these are all absolutely beautiful, gorgeous, yummy answers. And they are all relevant to what abundance is. Checking the comments here. I have to refresh my page. Welcome, guys. Welcome, Remo. Welcome, Amy. Glad you guys are here. Okay. So yeah, abundance, it's about getting clear on what you want that overflow and what you want that ever flowing overflow to look like, feel like, be like, and thinking of it in terms of your dream life, not where your current circumstances or your past situations and circumstances have been and may have defined you, but staying in a state of where am I going? Where do I desire to go? What are my goals? What is that big picture dream life? What does that look like? And getting into this space of creation in your mind. So thinking of these 1 to 3 things that you're listing of what abundance is to you. Now I'm going to teach you a little bit on how to cultivate this mindset, how to take these 3 things and go deeper with it to really embed that into your brain. But before I do that, I want to share with you what not to do, the top 3 things not to do. So what not to do, number 1 is not thinking, feeling, or acting from a place of scarcity or lack. So scarcity is the opposite of abundance. Scarcity and lack are the have-nots, right? And I don't have enough of something. I don't have it at all, or I can't get this thing into my life because it hasn't shown up yet. Or, how can I make this amount of money and sustain this when my job only pays XYZ? These mindsets are in scarcity and in lack. And what that will do is continue to perpetuate scarcity and lack. So your job is to stay as far away from as possible from scarcity and lack thinking and feeling. And that's why the mindset of abundance is so important, because what I'm trying to do and help you with is to understand that if you're thinking and feeling in those ways of scarcity and lack, you are creating more of that. You are resisting the abundance that is by divine design, innately yours. So the first step is making sure you're not in this space of scarcity and lack. And if you feel like you are, okay, fine, become aware, and now do the work to get your ass out of it, right? Raise your hand, drop a heart in the comments if you resonate with this, if you have been in a space of scarcity and lack, if you experience these ways of thinking right now, if you feel like you've been desiring something for a really long time and it's not here yet. Is it because you're thinking from, I don't have this yet. I want this thing that I don't have. I want this thing that it feels impossible to get to. Are you in a scarcity mindset versus an abundant mindset? It's getting out of the brainwashed notion of the lack of things. It's living in the more. Exactly. And the brainwash, thank you for saying this, Rima. This is exactly right. The brainwashing and conditioning of our society worldwide embeds scarcity into your brain Pretty much from the moment that you are born. I mean, I think in small children, I have small children, they think in a very abundant way. They also have me as a mom. But I believe going back into my own self when I was a child, I didn't have this scarcity mindset until I grew older. The more I was conditioned and brainwashed by society, by my parents, by school, blah, 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 teaching me, money doesn't grow on trees, or you have to work hard to get that thing you want. And I'm not saying don't work hard, because your effort is a big part of it, but your mindset actually trumps any physical energy you could possibly exhaust for your desires and goals. So yes, brainwashing, you have to clear this, you have to get this out. And this is something I'm going to talk more about in just a little bit. Thank you, Rima. So what not to do, number 2, is not making your decisions based on fear, or what you don't have and what you don't want to be or become. So if you are making your decisions for anything in your life, whether it's investing in yourself, investing in a home, taking a job, leaving a job, getting into this relationship, deciding where your child is going to go to school, or, even if it comes down to the purse you want to buy, or the vacation you want to take, whatever it is, the gym you want to sign up for, anything. I'm coming up with these like random ideas right now, but you get what I'm saying. Making your decisions from a state of abundance is everything. Instead of it's like, oh no, I'm not going to invest in this thing because I don't have that money right now, or it scares me. It makes me feel tight and tense to invest in that thing, to take that risk. If you're coming from so I cower, I go back, I revert, I don't make the investment, I don't sign up for the class, I don't do the thing, I don't go on the date, I don't know, whatever, you get what I'm saying. If you are in that state of tensity and resistance, or saying no, if you are more keen to saying no, then yes, this is also something that you need to analyze and evaluate. Am I saying no? Am I resisting the yes because I'm in a fear-based mindset that's actually attached to scarcity? Is that what you're doing? Have you ever experienced this? I can definitely say in my lifetime, of course, I have experienced that. In the last 10 years, I have really mastered getting that the fuck out of my space. And now I'm just like, I dive right into risks. If it feels risky, I'm more likely to do it than to play it safe, because safety keeps you in the space you're at, or behind where you're needing to grow to and evolve to. And I understand that now, but it took a long time to get out of that conditioning and that brainwashing, as you said, Rima, to get into this space of being willing to think outside the fear box and act outside the fear box, and really just, be bold enough to live in my best self, my highest self, my most abundant self, no matter what my physical life currently looked like at that time when I would make those decisions. This is a huge one. This is a huge one. And, I think we've all done this. I don't think anyone is immune to fear, of course. But I mean, even the greatest people in the world, the people who are the most successful, the highest level of what you would define as abundance, they have fear, but they just don't feed that fear. They act from a place of understanding. I need to make decisions from a state of fullness and excitement and where I'm going versus where I'm not wanting to be or not wanting to become. The third thing not to do for cultivating an abundant mindset is silencing thoughts and reprogramming beliefs based on your limitations. So instead of allowing, this feeds off of what I just said with no decision making. So if you're making a decision from fear, if you're making a decision from lack, then you're also having those thoughts, right, that are saying, this isn't good, or I can't do this. And it's actually coming from a place from your conditioning and your programming. And what you have to get out of is basically having these thought processes that convince you to stay out of risk taking or stay out of, bold movement. As I said a moment ago, being in a place where you are, you're actually silencing your abundant mindset when you are feeding these thoughts. And it's okay to have these thoughts. It's just, what are you doing after the thoughts come through? How are you showing up after that thought goes in this ear? Can you let it go right out the other and silence it and say no? Or are you like, oh shit, that's true, I can't go on that trip because I don't make enough month to month or whatever. But perhaps and so then I'm just gonna work my ass to the bone, not go on the trip, and perpetuate this energetic system within myself emotionally and mentally that feels like I don't have, and I don't feel good, and I'm just craving this release. I'm craving this, this elevated feeling. I'm craving this relaxation. I'm craving this peace, but I'm not doing anything to nurture and grow that feeling. So there, it can feel like there's a fine line, but I firmly believe that in order to go on the trip, or in order to have the love of your life, in order to find that love within yourself, you need to invest on bigger levels, energetically, being emotionally, mentally, physically, financially, all of these things, coming from a state of understanding. When I feed this part of myself that I crave so deeply, that I desire so deeply, I will energetically align with the physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, financial means to continue to sustain that thing, that feeling, that space, that goal. So let me know if this is resonating for you. Let me know if this makes sense. That bubble we're in seriously excludes us from actually living and just surviving. Absolutely. Survival mode. And oh my gosh, that's something I'm going to talk about in a little bit. But yes, survival mode is so big, and it is really, like I just said in that example, I'm going to work my ass to the bone and not do the thing that makes me feel good, not invest in a way that I know will level me up in my financial life, or in my inner world, right? My emotional health, my mental health. I'm not going to do these things. I'm not going to get the coach. I'm not going to go on the trip or the retreat. I'm not going to get the massage, whatever it is, because I am, I'm afraid to do so. So then I'm in survival mode. I'm just operating in the space that I don't resonate with, I don't want to be in, and does not feel good to me. That is survival mode. That is survival mode. And that perpetuates, again, scarcity and lack versus abundance. So let me know how this is landing for you guys. And I'm going to go ahead and share with you the top 3 things to do to cultivate abundance. This is why you're here. So these are going to kind of polarize what I just shared of what not to do. So the first thing, number 1, is becoming your best advocate, your number 1 cheerleader besides me, regardless of your current situation, for your dream life and for these things that you've listed a moment ago that are abundance for you, what you want. So it's really, supporting yourself and believing in yourself, growing your confidence. You don't have to be just like balls to the wall confident 24/7 to be your best cheerleader. What it really comes down to is understanding that you deserve this, and having that affirmation. That is an affirmation I use daily. I deserve this in whatever the thing is I want. And so therefore I can do it. And I believe in myself, and I understand, fuck yeah, I deserve it. Why not? So absolutely, I can sustain this space of continuing on for that abundance, investing in that abundance, going and getting it versus just sitting and dreaming about it and thinking, oh, woe is me, I don't have this thing yet. It's like cheering yourself on and finding a support system in your life that cheers you on as well. And being in a group like Soul Rich Mamas, you know, having this community to sustain advocacy for yourself and really believing in yourself and being in a positive mindset, positive energy, no matter where you're at today for where you're going tomorrow, if that makes sense. What you're saying is resonating so much with me to the point I feel like I'm alienated from the people around me. It's hard. It is hard. It really is hard. I'm going to share something about that in a moment. So pause that thought because I want to come back to what you just said. Thank you for sharing that. But that is a very real thing. I understand. Okay, what to do, number 2, to cultivate an abundant mindset. This snowballs off what I said earlier, or mirrors what I said earlier. Taking risks and choosing from a place that supports your goals and your dream life versus where you're at now or where you've been and where you know you don't want to be anymore, or where it doesn't feel like it makes sense for you anymore. So you absolutely have to take action. You absolutely 1,000,000% have to come into a place where you are willing and doing the risk taking, the making choices and decisions from that state of abundance. Even if your abundance mindset isn't, you know, perfectly solidified, where all you think is positive mindset, as or positive thoughts, abundant thoughts. You, like I said earlier, the most successful people in the world in the thing that you desire to have, become, want, be, all these things, they still have fear. I still have fear. I still have moments every day where I can convince myself, you know, I never waver on my worth. It's more of like, will they see me? Will they want this thing I'm offering? And then I'm like, of course they will, because it wouldn't be coming into my space intuitively and through my heart to bring something to my clients if it wasn't needed to be there, if there weren't people there for that thing. And, you know, that's just coming from my own personal experience and what I go through. If it's money, there was a mom who put in the comments that in our message feed that wants more financial stability. So with financial stability, I definitely lived in that place years ago of, you know, paycheck to paycheck, not having enough and being in a place that really felt horrible and felt like it was just scary to spend money because I didn't have it. And, you know, having debt and student loans and all these things, blah, blah, blah. And you have to be able to allow your current reality to exist while nourishing, okay, well, if I do this thing, if I take this risk, if I make this choice today differently, then I have all the days behind me that have kept me in this state of scarcity. What could happen? And if you're already in a state of lack, if you're already in a state of feeling like I'm not at my highest self, then you have nothing to lose in taking that risk and making that choice to try something different, to be bigger, to become more, to make more money, to have more in your life. And it's even, you don't have to make more money. You know, it's not about a job. It's attracting that in with working with the laws of the universe, which I'm going to talk about in a moment. So, you know, you have to act on taking the risk and making the choice, and doing that from a mindset of like, okay, it's okay that I'm afraid. It's okay that I've never done this before. And it's okay that I don't know what's going to happen. But the point is, I'm willing to take the risk, and I'm really willing to allow something new, different, and bigger than where I'm at now to come into my life and enter into my space. So coming from this mentality and this state of action will change your life and will change your current situation financially, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, all the things. Let me know how this is landing for you. If you are the mama Angie, who I believe said that, let me know how this lands for you. Okay, so what to do, number 3, to cultivate an abundant mindset: surrounding yourself with people who are in a place now that you desire to be in, where those big goals and dreams are for you, that you're like, okay, this isn't my current situation, but this is my desires to manifest this type of abundance. You need to surround yourself in your community, that you're in your inner world, in your personal life, that are already in that place. So that's why for me, when I hire a coach, which I always have a coach, even with the people I bring on my team, I surround myself with people who I feel are bigger in a certain area than I am and I desire to be in. I hire coaches that I see are abundant in the place that I desire to be. I want to get in their space. I want to learn everything that they have to share. I want to know what they're thinking, what they're reading, what they're eating, what they're reading, watching, how they're talking, you know, how they're feeling. I want to get into that and really personify that myself and take on that energy myself and adapt myself into that higher state of being that I see that they already have mastered. And that is a big one. And that is where Rima, like you just said, feeling isolated will happen when you're not fully surrounded by people in that way. And it is hard at first, especially like, you know, if your family isn't on the same level as you have to be able to set up boundaries and blocks, so that you're not absorbing their energy and you're still sustaining yours. And this journey of abundance is an individual journey. You know, my husband and I, like right now, I'm working on manifesting 100K months. And my goal is to be at this place within the next 6 months. And so my husband and I are working together with our mindset on that, because we share energy. We are one, we're married, right? Our energy is constantly shared. And that is the energy that creates our household energy and our children's energies and all of these things. So we are very particular about even who we bring in our home, who we talk to, who we listen to. We share in our mindset work and in the homework basically that we're doing day in and day out to cultivate this next level. And if you don't have that support system inside your home, that's okay, because not everyone does. And my husband and I have certainly not been on the same journey and same like step or grade in where we're going, you know, at even when I met him, we were on 2 different pages, blah, blah, blah. But we make choices together when we can. And if things aren't the same, if we don't have the same, if we don't want to make the same choice, then we come from a place of being like, okay, so I communicate, this thing is important to me right now. And I respect that that's not something that you're ready to work on or that you even want to work on within your journey. But I need my energetic space to be nourished, heard, and held with delicacy when I'm around you. If I am, you know, currently working on this mindset, this thing that is challenging for me when we're not on the same page. I hope I'm making sense with how I'm dialoguing this. Is this making sense? Let me know in the comments. It's really about handling who you're surrounding yourself with delicacy, and handling the work that you're doing, where you are at in your journey and how you are evolving right now, very mindfully and intentionally, and communicating to those that are in your life that you can't get out of your life, or you don't want to get out of your life. If you're not on the same page, if you share a home with someone, you know, in that intimate way, then it's about communicating, hey, there's a boundary I need to put up for this reason. This is a thing that is really important to me. And hopefully they are willing to come together in a way that's just to respect you and nourish what you're working on right now. And even saying unwanted opinions or unwanted statements. They're unwanted. So please don't dive in. I'm not looking for answers. I'm just looking to share this thing with you right now that I'm desiring to work on, that I'm thinking about, that, I had this amazing moment with. I want to celebrate it with you without any feedback that would be limiting, scarcity, negative, those kind of things. And if those people are in your life still sharing negative, scarcity, lacking statements, mentalities, and energies in your space, that's where you just have to put yourself in a bubble enough to understand they're not on the same page. They don't want to be right now. Totally fine. But you, mama, are going somewhere, and you are getting to that level of abundance that you desire, period. I'm going to check the comments really quick. I keep getting a lot of pushback and ridiculed for the way I'm thinking in the beginning, but now it's like they see how my mindset makes me feel better and maybe better as a person. They're so used to their way of mind and lifestyle that they've resonated to it and are content with living like that. Exactly. And, you can't convince someone to come out of where they are. It's impossible. Like, that's why this is about you. It's not about anyone else. And what you can do is nourish this abundant mindset individually, and then find goals for your household. If it's with your husband, like I'm using this example because he is my best friend and my closest companion, in life. And we can set goals together while I still have my own and he still has his own. And so we can have our own individual definitions of abundance while we also have collective definitions of abundance that we're working on. And that as well, it's like just you working on yourself will energetically start impacting the people around you, even if you don't see it right now. And they will come up to where they're meant to go when they are meant to get there. And some people are just content and playing it safe, or staying in a space of not really going into that next level of whatever it is, because they're just not ready to yet on a soul level. You are here because you are, right? You are here because your soul led you here. And therefore, it's just staying in that mindset of like, I'm ready to do this. My soul is ready to do this. And that's all that matters. Because, when we die, when we come into the world, our soul is dropping into this human body. And when we die, that soul leaves the human body. So really, you want to focus on what you need on a soul level, rather than worrying about what the physical human self is seeing, feeling, experiencing to a certain extent. There is a fine line with nourishing the soul versus the human, because we need to be in like a beautiful balance of both. But there must be a boundary, and there's ways to cultivate yes, yearning for freedom. There are ways to cultivate this freedom, this abundance, these next levels of your being, while also, respecting other people and where they are at. And what I'm going to share some more on personal inventory in a little bit. But let's go ahead and dive into the next topic for this workshop, and then I'll get it, or this training, and then I will get into that in a few minutes. So what you need to do to attract abundance and more energy. This is like my favorite part. So number one is having gratitude for what you have right now and celebrating what you have right now. So I want you to list in the comments the top 3 ways abundance is showing up in your life right now. And even if this isn't fully aligned with your goals for abundance, with the first 3 things you listed earlier, just acknowledge 3 things that are very abundant in your life right now and give gratitude to those. Another key thing to think about is like, okay, so if I want 100K in 100K months, and I'm giving myself 6 months or less to get there, then what I'm doing and what I'm going to continue to be doing is saying, anytime a client comes in, no matter if it's a $100 client, or if it's one of my mastermind or private one-on-one clients that are higher tickets, then I'm going to say, I am so grateful for this one person, for this energetic sign from the universe that I've attracted in that is getting me to that 100K month. So if that makes sense to you, it's about celebrating the small little moments, step by step, one thing at a time, because that's how it happens. It's not like you wake up. It's not like I'm going to go to bed tonight. And then, I mean, I could wake up with 100K. Absolutely. I think I still have a few more steps to do to get there. Just physically speaking, but it's about celebrating and understanding that each step I take is getting me there 100%. And I absolutely can get there in 6 months or less. I absolutely deserve this. I absolutely am going to be persistent and have the ability to serve my clients at that level, right? So it's about coming into this space and getting into that gratitude mindset. Gratitude is the attitude, okay? And number 2, getting clear on your big dreams. So you need to get clear on what you want when I said to list what abundance is to you, and then you need to daydream about them. You need to, oh, my son is waking up from his nap. Pause this workshop. Mom life. Hi, baby.
Hey, Mom, I just got ice.
Oh, good. So I'm finishing teaching my class now. Can you play in your room until I get back? Thank you so much. Okay, so I'm gonna close this door while I finish.
Mama, I'm quiet.
Awesome. So I will be back in just a few minutes, okay? You go play in your room for a few moments and then I'll come get you. Okay? I love you. Okay, guys, we're gonna wrap this up because my little one is waking up. So you need to get clear on your dreams, as I said a moment ago. Then you need to be daydreaming about these dreams and really getting into a space where you are sinking into visuals of you having these things and you're feeling what it feels like to have these things. You need to be clear on, like, why do I want this thing? Why do I want this level of abundance in my life? Why do I want that freedom? What will it look like for me? What will it do for me once I get there? So and then remembering, I deserve it, coming back with that affirmation. I deserve this level of freedom. I deserve this level of abundance. And this is what I will do once I have it. So for me, having 100K months means I can give back to so many more people, to so many more things that are important to me, for nourishing both my family's life and up-leveling our life, as well as nourishing other people who are in need more. And that's something that's really important to me. So familiarize yourself with you deserve it and what you're going to do and how you will feel in that state when you already have it. Okay. Number 3 is always doing personal inventory checks. That's what I said before. You need to feed energy that creates more happiness, more joy, more fulfillment, more freedom, more security in your life. Therefore, there is a space where you have to get steadfast in creating boundaries and taking personal inventory on your life. Some people and things may need to be cut out. Where do you need to clean house, and where do you just need to communicate better and figure out ways to adapt in a new way in this relationship, or in your job, or whatever it is, to allow, the balance in your life where the energy you're surrounding yourself with, feeding yourself with, is on the same level as where you desire to go. So take the personal inventory regularly. I'm kind of trying to rush through this now because my little baby is outside with race cars. All right. So what you need to do to sustain this abundance in your life, once you are in a place where you have the gratitude, you're doing the work, you are nourishing your surroundings, and you're very clear on what you want, how you'll feel when you get there, and the visuals of what your life will look like when you get there. So it's through mindset work and persistence, and really aligning your mindset with your actions and your feelings. When your mind, when your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions are the same, you are in harmony. You are going to be attracting more of those things into your life and continuing to up level in whatever way you desire to. So you must be persistent. Persistence is the missing puzzle piece, is the key puzzle piece to your abundance puzzle and to manifesting this abundance in your life. Persistence and never stopping, never letting excuses get in the way, never letting that fear, that scarcity, that where you've been mind mentality slow you down or stop you. Persistence, because you deserve it. Celebrating every win, big and small, as I said before. This supports your feelings. And when you're in a state of feeling good, feeling joy, feeling secure, feeling in, if I think about how I will feel when I get to that 100K month and I'm able to sustain it, right? If I'm in the space of really diving into that feeling, then the law of attraction and the law of vibration, these two huge universal laws that come into manifestation, are going to feed me more of those reasons to have those feelings. I'm going to align, sink right in with the law of vibration, and it will feed me and continue to give me more and more and more alignment with that level of abundance that I desire, because I'm in a harmonious connection with my feelings and vibrationally feeling that level of abundance. Hang on, baby, I'm almost done, okay? What, honey? What? One moment. Oh, good. Can you play with it in your bedroom for a minute, honey? Okay. Okay, that sounds good. Okay. So my last thing that I wanted to share with you, sorry guys, I hope you all understand. The last thing I want to share with you is giving energy and attention to all of your successes and really feeling the good things that are in your life now and that are helping align you with the life that you desire to live. So for instance, if you desire a more connected relationship with your husband or your partner, even though things may not be perfect right now, what you can do is find the things that you guys do thrive in and that you guys are in a beautiful vibration energetically with. Celebrate those things, say those things out loud, feel how good it makes you feel knowing that you have that stability in that area of your relationship. And then take that confidence and that feeling of purity, of unconditional love into the other aspects of your relationship you desire to connect more deeply with. If it's more money and financial security that you desire, it's like I said before, like celebrating and giving appreciation and love to how much money you do see in your bank account, how many clients you attract in a month, or a gift you're given that helped you out. Maybe someone buys you a coffee, maybe someone shares something with you or gives you a gift. Celebrating all of these little moments that are saying, hey, you're getting closer to aligning with that. There are signs in your daily life that are showing if you're in scarcity and lack or if you're in abundance. And there are absolutely ways to feed this and to celebrate this in your daily life, even if you're not to that level that you desire to be. Maybe you're here, but you're going here. Because you desire it, you will get there, period. As long as you're persistent and you're committed and you're willing to take the risks and make the choices, you will get there. And I have a special gift and announcement for you. So if you are attending this workshop, DM me and give me just one one sentence or paragraph, something of feedback of how, sorry, this training of how this is impacting you and what is resonating most with you. And even send me a little video, and I'm going to send you a download for you to listen to help nourish your abundance mindset. It's something that I've created, and it's a really beautiful way to help reprogram your subconscious and get you into just adding another layer of commitment for the abundance you desire. But you must DM me. Let me know that you attended this training today. Give me some feedback from the whole video and the training, and I will share that with you. And also, I am still, hang on, baby. I am also still looking for 2 betas to come into a testing program that I have, a new program that I've created. I'm looking for 2 more betas to put in there to test run this program, refine it for me, give me some more feedback. So if you have interest in working more on your healing.
I feel.
Oh, okay. I'll get you cleaned up. I'm finishing right now. Okay.
Okay.
If you have areas of your life you want to heal, you see mommy.
Uh-huh.
If you have things you want to manifest in your life that you want support and help with, and if you have, come here, you want to say hi?
Yeah.
If you have
Hi.
things in your life you want to align more with your soul purpose, then this is definitely an awesome opportunity for you to work with me at a very, very, very discounted rate. And to receive a big, huge amount of support and one-on-one coaching and healing with by working in my beta program. Don't touch that, sweetheart. So DM me if you're interested in learning more about that, and send me a DM that you've attended this workshop, and I will send you that download. Okay. So I love you guys. Thank you for attending and seeing my special guest. And I will catch you guys later. I will see you next week for our next training. Oh, my love.
Mama,
What, sugar?
I'm hungry. I just wanted to see the whistle.